Hello, welcome back to the Pedestal Wife Society. My name is Braille, and today I want to talk about a woman in queen consciousness. Normally has a high level of intuition. Now, she is the woman that most people consider delusional, crazy, quirky. She's normally the woman who does things out of order of completion. See, in society, there's this level of you have to do A, B, C, D before you get the desires of your heart. See, a woman in queen consciousness understand it's not about the order of completion, it's about the inner world. And through higher level questions, she can be able to obtain those things without doing the order of completion. And see, that will bring a woman in king consciousness. In king consciousness, if you want to equate that to masculine energy, that's okay because it does have similar characteristics. But a woman in king consciousness, the order of completion is more important than intuition or discernment or spirituality. She doesn't take value in what she can't hear and what she can't see. And see, a woman in queen consciousness, this is the reason why she's a good judge of character, because when she's with you, she's hearing what isn't being said and she's seeing what hasn't been seen. And see, that scares people overall because people are used to certain orders in doing things. And a woman in queen consciousness, she can get all the desires of her heart, but she isn't doing anything in order. There's no type of completion because she is completed as long as she's continually pouring into herself and filling herself up. And that there is a quandary. See, a woman in queen consciousness, since she has such a high level of intuition, she's a very good judge of character. So you're not going to really be able to get over on her. You're not going to be able to, implement or intrude on her life in the manner that you think you will, because she will feed you with a long spoon. Because she is not looking at just the questions that you answered right. She's not looking at that you have your life in order. She's not looking at that you're doing and saying the right things. See, she has a mirror into the things that you're not saying. She has a mirror into the things that you're not displaying. Her level of intuition is close as to godly as you can possibly get. And I know some of you all are going to be triggered by that because usually in king consciousness, you don't want to discuss that spiritual aspect that comes with being in queen consciousness, or that discernment or intuition, or the things that you can't see, or the things you can't hear, or the things you can't touch. And see, this is where a woman in queen consciousness, she thrives. She flies in this conversation because of her high level of intuition. And the thing is, when you are trying to make that jump from king consciousness to queen consciousness, it is literally higher level questions that you have to ask yourself. But once you're in queen consciousness, it's not the questions that actually determine the destination. It's literally a different set of rules. And see, and I hate to say rules because it's not really rules, because queen consciousness is not rule based. And that's another thing that scares women in king consciousness, because you're looking for order of completion. You're looking for rules. You're looking for something you can do right now. And being mentored by a woman in queen consciousness is somewhat scary in the beginning. But I guarantee you, once she has you in that container, when you're being mentored by her, you will be making that jump easily. You'll be making leaps and bounds into a whole nother direction that you didn't even think or imagine that you could be in, because you're going to start develop and cultivate intuition and discernment and spirituality and have that foundation. This is the reason why women in queen consciousness, it's not about the questions that they ask men, because like I said before, they have a level of discernment and intuition that they are hearing what has not been said and seeing what has not been seen. So they are able to tap in and get the core of the man, which men sometimes can run from a woman in queen and consciousness. So I'm going to go ahead and warn you. So if you want these type of levels, Just realize that men that are trying to basically be dirty Johns, they're going to run from you because you're going to be able to see everything. And that's scary. When you're in a container of a woman in queen consciousness, she's going to see you. And some women don't want to be seen, or men don't want to be seen, especially if they just want information, they just want the rules, they just want the order, they just want to get it done, they just want to do. And you're in a container, or you're in a presence, or you're dating a woman in queen consciousness. She sees you. She sees who you are. You can't hide. You can't deceive her. You can't lie to her. And that sometimes may be scary. So what will happen when you start the leveling up to queen consciousness, I'm going to warn you, you may lower your pool of men. But that's actually a good thing, because that means the men who don't want to be seen, who are hiding from you, who want to deceive you, who want to lie to you, who want to trick you, they're going to run for the hills because they can't hide from you. And women want this level, but then you don't want that mirror turned back on you. And that's the scariest thing. When you actually have to do the higher level questioning, you have to look at the inner critique. You have to look in your inner world. And you have to actually ask yourself, why do you do this? Why do you say that? How can you do and make it better? This can scare women. And so be wary. Not be wary, because I think it's a great thing. I think on the other side of this, you will see having better friends, having better relationships, being able to manifest the things that you desire a lot faster, because you're already in the energy of the things that you want. And that's what every woman and man wants to be in the first place. So I don't want to make it scary. I just want to let you know and warn you that doing this work is not for the weak. You're going to become stronger in the process. You're going to become more due diligent. You're going to become more aware. Self-awareness is going to increase. It's going to be through the roof. And you're going to be able to read people. And you're not going to have to depend on a lot of questioning. And that may scare you in that process, because you're like, I'm getting around people now. Now, instead of asking a lot of questions, I literally see who that person is. I see them at their core. I'm able to read them, and I don't have to have a lot of interactions with them. And queen conscious women with high level of intuition, this means they move through people a lot faster. They're like, this person's giving me a bad vibe. Move them to the right. This person is not going to work, and then move them to the right. And this person is, I see something here. I can literally, we're vibing. The energy is right. And they do talk in energy. And that's another thing that scares people, because people are very aware of other people who pick up on energy very easily. And women in queen consciousness, if you have ill intent, they're going to pick up that energy first. And that's going to keep you, they're going to feed you with a long-handed spoon and keep you at a distance, because they read your energy first. And this is the reason why it doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't take a lot of interactions. Women with high level intuition, they are the best mentors, especially if you want to make this thing easy for yourself. You want to be in flow, and you want to be in the energy of things. You want to manifest faster. Get a mentor who's in queen consciousness. That's what I had to do to move myself out of king consciousness. I didn't do this by myself. I had to get mentors. I had to read books. I had to ask myself higher level questions. I had to get control of my inner voice and my inner critique. I had to adjust my inner world. And it was a lot of work, but being on the other side of this has made me stronger. It has made me it's made me a better mentor to be in queen consciousness, because I am not going around wasting and leaking a lot of energy trying to solve everybody's problem. Literally, when you come in my container, you're solving your own problem. You're up-leveling and leveling up your own self, and you don't even realize it. And you give me credit for that, but literally, I am just there to support you. And that's the beauty of being in queen consciousness. I'm not leaking energy all the time. I'm not tired from what I do. I can literally do more of it because I'm not leaking energy. And it takes work, but it's beautiful on the other side of it, because you do not waste time. You do not deal in the order of completion or order of operations that the world has. You literally are able to create your own order, your own rules. You can and you can discern and have intuition and insight into what is best for you. And if you mentor women or men, you can help them level up a lot faster just because you are very insightful and very intuitive. So women that are in queen consciousness have a high level of intuition, and it serves them overall in every area of life. You want to be a great businesswoman, get in queen consciousness. You want to have success in all relationships and be able to connect with providers, get in queen consciousness. You want to be a great parent, get in queen consciousness. Queen consciousness is the best mindset shift, transformation that you can have that's going to change your life. And I will see you on the other side. Thank you all for seeing to the end. Always remember, stay a pedestal wife.